Here to accept the Best Documentary Award for Baraka is an oceanographer who studies the climate system for Northwest Research Laboratories. He also holds a 4th level black belt in Aikido. So, if Bruce Lee and Jacques Cousteau had a child, his name would be Jonathan Lilly, everyone.
To mention that I've also previously starred in a vampire movie. I'm really disappointed about that. First of all, thanks so much to Chris for this. It's a fantastic event, and I'm really pleased to be here. It's not possible to watch what's happening up on this screen and not realize that you're in the hands of a demented genius. So that's really comforting for me. Here's a movie that has no plot, no actors, no script, no real storyline. And I would say that for me personally, it's probably one of the really central experiences of my life is watching this movie. And so why is that? Well, I'll explain. So I'm from the suburban Midwest. And if you're familiar with this, it's basically a bunch of grids with houses that are kind of the same. And then in between them, every once in a while, you have a mall. And that's how I grew up, and that was kind of considered standard. So, and then what you do is you get in your car and you drive on a highway somewhere, which is pretty weird, and then you get there and you get out, and then you sit in front of a computer or something like this for a long time. And I always thought this was a little strange. So when I saw this movie for the first time, it really articulated something which I'd been feeling deep inside, which is that basically modern life is kind of really screwed up. And I really appreciated seeing that vision, and also I feel like it helped me get through graduate school in oceanography, which took a lot of energy to keep at it. So, but there's other reasons to enjoy this movie. When I sent these clips to Chris, I sent that clip and I sent another clip, and the other clip was this amazing sort of slow motion stars and clouds passing overhead and mountains and then rivers and stuff like this. And it's absolutely gorgeous. And then this scene, and Chris chose this scene, and he said, well, I really love in this scene the dramatic tension because, we're not sure if he might trip or something like that. But I think I think that this movie is a really amazing experience. If you haven't watched it, I think that very few times in life do you get the chance to sort of step back from not only sort of your day-to-day, but also from all of civilization, because the director presents, well, here's also what people are doing all over the world in primitive cultures, and here's also, we'll step back even further into geologic time. And you can see in this clip, what I love about it is the interaction of the monk, who's so focused. He's really experiencing some other time zone. And everybody around him, he looks like a river, and no one around him even knows what's happening. And to me, this is really expressing some really central dichotomy about, modern life. But if you watch it, I think, again, then you'll notice something that's missing. And I think that not that it's not an amazing movie, but it doesn't really have a sense of humor. And so therefore, you can't really say that it's a complete solution in terms of understanding how we can live in the world, because, and that brings me around to why I love 2020 Awards so much, because if you want to make sense out of life, as I'm sure you all know by now, you really have to have a sense of humor. And what better way to be irreverent and at the same time make fun of shit, which is what we're doing tonight. Okay, so I think that everyone who hasn't seen this movie, go watch it. And then after that, watch it a second time, and then when you watch it the second time, I want you to imagine you're sitting with Chris Christensen, and he's giving you a running dialogue about his opinion, because it's going to be hilarious. So thank you very much.